Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do a first impressions video on the Asher Knives Centri. So this is a cool knife that I picked up from Asher Knives. So it's the original, hold on, sorry. It's actually the first Asher Knife Co. knife that I bought. And when I got it, it was the original version, and it was on washers, and it just didn't go well because there was blade play and whatnot, and he sent me a new one, and da-da-da-da-da. It ended up being right, but I just don't like the action on washers for a knife like this. And when I've kind of gone through the line, and I've tried, you know, a lot of Ashers at this point, right? And I was like, wow, I haven't gotten back to the Centri with the bearings. So I asked Justin, and he was gracious enough to send me one. So this was provided by Justin. And yeah, so I've had it. I've carried it a few times now. And I really, really like this knife. I think I like it better than the Nomad right now, just because it has this harpoon blade. I just love a different knife like that. You know, I never tried the Spidey flick with the Fuller. You can't get in there. Yeah, anyway, you can Spidey flick it with the studs. Anyway, yeah, I've carried it a few times, and I've enjoyed it, and I wanted to give my first impressions. I'm not going to take this apart, just because it's an Axis style lock, and those are a pain in the balls, and it's just not worth it for me. By the way, if you hear the wind in the background, I have my windows open. It's 78 degrees. It's like the first really warm kind of day here, and I don't care about the sound. I just want to enjoy that wind in my face. So I do apologize for any kind of, you know, background noise. But yeah, so I'm really enjoying it. Just to kind of go over it, because I don't want to do any overkill here, because I have a review coming. And what is going on with my lighting? I'm just going to turn. Hang on. Does that look terrible now? Is it too dark? I don't know. I'm going with this. Sorry. So, yeah, I don't want to go in too much depth, just because I'm going to do the review when I did an unboxing. I don't need to, you know, overkill here. So, but I want to give you guys a close-up look at it. That's why I like to do the tabletops for the first impressions / disassemblies. So aesthetically, this harpoon blade is just absolutely sexy. It's probably hit or miss for most people. I think it is gorgeous. I love the little poon spoon here. It's just with the blood groove / Fuller. It's just really cool and different. You know, so I really like that. And then you have your standard Asher Nomad Centri type handle here. Very bug out-esque in the shape of it, right? You'll see that right there. There's differences, especially this one's a custom scale, so there's no lanyard thing and all that. It's not Grivery, so it you know, but yeah, it has that shape. The QSP Penguin has that same blade handle shape. A lot of knives do, honestly. It's your basic, you know, knife handle. And I like it. It's very comfortable in hand. That's why a lot of people use it, right? In their designs. So ergonomically, yeah, it's really comfortable. I'm really enjoying it. The poon spoon is perfectly placed to get your thumb right up to that ramp, and then you have control of this knife. No jimping needed. Just really, really good in that aspect. This blade here is made of S35 VN steel and is stone washed. You'll see the Asher Knives logo there. And if anybody's wondering, Asher Knives is named after Justin's son, Asher. That is where it comes from, so it's really cool that he included that in the name. I love that story. But yeah, so you have this blade, which is slicey, guys. It's really good. I've enjoyed using it. I will note that I've had this happen with a couple Asher. My Silva had it too, where I think from factory they leave like a micro burr on the edge or something, because it it looks and feels like it would cut really well, but then it kind of struggles through material. Like, it's not bad, but it just feels thick, right? And then I'll throw it on a strop and just go flip, flip, like twice, maybe. And it knocks whatever that is off, and then it's a laser beam. So just an interesting side note there. If you ever notice that on a new Asher knife, just drop it on a strop or on your sharpening stone or whatever. Just take a couple passes, and it seems to just take care of the issue right off the bat. Now, I've had another like 5 Asher knives that came with none of that. They were perfectly razor sharp out of the gate. So it could just be a this example type thing. So anyway, I just wanted to note that you do have a reversible clip on here. You'll see here there's a filler tab for it, which is awesome. Lefties can you know, rejoice. We have our clip. If you order this, you can check which handed you are, and he will flip the clip for you if you're left-handed, which I think is awesome. It's just a really nice touch, so you don't have to mess around with it. Some people don't have Torx bits, you know. I just got done filming an unboxing of a bougie-ass zirconium bit driver, which costs like twice as much as this knife. So, you know, I have bits and Torx bits and stuff, but some people don't. So, you know, it's really cool that he offers that, because it is an ambi knife in form. So, like, not having to deal with anything right out of the box is just cool. And you need that clip to function, to operate the knife smoothly, because you're going to put your fingers on the clip while you're flipping and closing. It just helps, you know. So that kind of gets me to action. Again, I'm not going to do my normal, like, full review here, but I'm kind of doing that anyway, aren't I? It comes out of there with authority. It's really good. You push up like a bug out. I know I keep comparing it to that, but that's just my baseline, guys. That was my first axis lock knife. Sure it is for a lot of people. I hate to do that because a lot of people compare some Asher knives to bug outs, and I hate that. Because these are original designs. Yeah, do they have a handle that looks like a bug out? Yeah, but like a lot of knives do. If you look up knife in the dictionary, it's gonna look like a freaking bug out. So, you know, but if you look at this knife with the harpoon blade, like, come on. So anyway, I'm sorry that I keep throwing that comparison out there, but that's how it feels. Great action on the deployment with the thumb stud. Snappy. Detent is good. And then on the close with bearings, oh, right out of the box, it does that, guys. And that is just a game changer when it comes to Asher versus like Benchmade or something, or Hogue. It just drops shut because it's on bearings, and it's tuned well. There's no play. Just awesome. So action is really good, guys. And yeah, I just have been enjoying this knife a lot. It's comfortable. It, you know, it carries well. It does basically everything you need it to do well. It cuts well. It carries well. It fidgets well. And you get all that with S35VN and G10 for $75 or whatever it is. I think that's a great deal. Is it 75 or is it like 89? I can't remember. But you can use code LEFTY10 and get 10% off your order. So if you want to do that, code's in the description, by the way, with a link to Asher knives. And yeah, so just a cool knife. Trying to think of anything I don't like. I mentioned the blade where I had to kind of strop it a couple times to take care of that. I don't know. Other than that, it's basically just a good kind of budget knife. You know, I'm not trying to sit here and say it's the greatest knife of all time or anything like that, but it's just a solid offering, you know. The thumb studs I actually really like compared to others. They don't dig in too much, but they dig in enough that you always hit it. You don't slip off, which is very nice. It comes in this black, I think a gray, and I think there was a blue the first time around, but not anymore. And then one last thing I want to note is I've seen this knife knocked off now. Somebody sent me a link to one on Amazon. I forget the company, and I don't even want to tell you, or I'm not going to link it or anything, but they literally ripped this knife off. It's the same exact knife. It comes in black and blue G10. And that pisses me off. It's in D2 steel. And it has a satin blade, I believe, instead of stonewash. And I asked Justin about it, and he said, yeah, dude, I saw them pop up after like 2 months once I released the Centri. And I saw those pop up, and, you know, he basically said Chinese manufacturing, it's like the Wild West out there. Like, you know, companies and manufacturers, people will just rip off your design. They'll make your knife, and then they'll just start making it for somebody else and selling it or whatever. So I don't know exactly what happened there, but he did confirm that it was copied from him. So, like, this is his design, and it was copied, and somebody basically is now making copy clones, counterfeits, whatever you want to call it. But this knife comes in S35EN steel and G10, and the price point is good enough. It's good for S35 and G10 for what you get. There's no need to go run into Amazon and buy a clone with D2, right? So that's just something I wanted to mention. And as always, I always like to mention that Justin is an awesome dude. I'm trying to get him to come on our live show Saturday night at 8 p.m. I don't know when this will air, but you know, every other Saturday we do On the Edge, Kyle, DTOM Knives and Gear, and myself. And I'd like to get Justin on there just to talk knives, have a beer with him. I chat with him a lot, so we're kind of buddies, but you know, I've never like had a beer with the guy, and that would be cool. So this is the Asher Knife Co. Centri 2.0, and those are my first impressions and thoughts. Very positive. Yeah, so I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.